What's up guys, it's Rogue here and welcome to a different type of video on the channel. For today we're going to be doing a sort of live test hand video. I wanted to show you guys the powerful Ghoti deck profile I uploaded last week and sort of show you how to sort of navigate hands and show you how you can break boards with this deck. So without any further ado, let's get straight to shuffling, just so that everything is random and you can basically see what is we're gonna be drawing basically and how we're gonna play it out. So make sure that this is shuffled well. We're going to simulate our opponent cutting it in half. We're going to go first. We're going to wish them good luck, and we're going to draw our 5 cards. So first we got a Bestial Druisworm, Lifeless Leaffish, Crossout Designator, Supay Dustwalker, and a Snopios, Shade of the Ghoti. Very interesting hand here. It is really, really nice. It's basically full combo. Now, I don't know what exactly we are going to discard off our Supay, because this is going to give us access to our entire engine. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to Supay effect. We're going to pitch our Snopios, I think is the correct thing to do. We're going to summon Supay from our hand, along with Supay from deck. And if they did want to ash this, we have the Crossout Designator anyway, which is very nice. Now we got a level 5 and a level 1. We're going to synchro these away. We're going to make our Oriompos, and he is sort of the MVP of the deck. We're going to use Oriompos effect. And since we have access to the Lifeless Leaffish, we're actually going to banish our Paces instead. Paces gets banished from the deck. Now what we're going to do is we're going to normal summon our Lifeless Leaffish. We're going to use his effect. We're going to send from our deck to the graveyard a Shift, which is very nice because now Shift, we can banish it, target our Lifeless Leaffish. It now gains 500 attack, but the most important thing is that we have it banished. We still have a Crossout Designator, meaning if they impermed, if they ashed, if they did anything, we could have stopped it. Also, we can always call our small tuners, which we don't need to in this hand because we already have both of them banished. But if you don't have, let's say we didn't have a Shift, you can Crossout Designator, call Shift, it gets banished, and then during the standby phase it would come back. But since we didn't do that, we have the Druisworm in hand if they have a Light or Dark, which is amazing for our level 6 fodder. We're going to set a card, and we're going to pass the turn. It may not look like much, but during the standby phase, we're going to activate the effects of Shift and Paces, and now they are Formula Synchrons, guys. So this is during the main phase. If our opponent doesn't do something we like, we're going to use Paces effect. We're going to synchro into a level 8. Let's go into Azcan. Azcan effect is going to banish one card on the field and itself. Azcan effect is going to summon itself by banishing a fish from the graveyard. So we could have also done Oriompos effect there. I just forgot about that. But this would basically get us a search. So let's do that quickly before. So we summon our Azcan, chainlink 1 Azcan, chainlink 1 Oriompos, chainlink 2 Azcan, targeting himself in a random card. We're going to search to our hand a level 6 or lower fish, meaning we can actually search the Abyss Shark in this situation. Now, Azcan is going to banish one card on the field and itself. Azcan effect, when it's banished, it's going to special summon itself back. We're going to banish a fish from the graveyard. We're going to banish Snopios. Snopios effect, when he's banished, he's going to come to our hand by banishing the Paces, guys. And now we still have access to another level 8 or a level 10 if we need, with a Bestial in hand and a Snopios in our hand as well. So let's say we want to go into level 6. We're going to go Shift effect, synchro to the Lifeless Leaffish away. We're going to make our second Oriompos here. Oriompos effect. We're going to banish from our deck the Zep. Zep effect. It's going to summon itself back. And now we can go Zep. We can synchro our Azcan or our Oriompos. We can make another level 8. I don't think we would make the Azcan in this situation, so we would basically be forced to make the Googlim here. Or what we can do is, instead of synchroing the Oriompos away, we're going to synchro the Azcan and Zep away. We're going to make our level 10, and we're going to banish whole field. We have Crossout as well. Or we can make a different level 10, and we're going to banish everything, banish our opponent's board as well. And if they do something that we don't like, if they still continue playing, we can Snopios them, basically by banishing from our graveyard a Shift and a Zep, I'd say. Try and keep the Ascan engraved so we can revive it later. Summon himself. We also have a Bestial Druiswurm to hit them with, and then during the standby phase of our next turn, we're going to summon back our Shift, summon back our Deep Beyond, and we're going to summon back our Paces. Of course, we draw as well. We draw another Abyss Shock, doesn't really matter. Now what we're going to do is we are going to Synchro away into a level 8. Snowpiercer would get banished because we would target himself using his effect. We can go into a normal level 8 this time. We can go into a Spell and Trap Negate. Snowpiercer effect now. We can banish Ascan to add him back to the hand. Ascan effect, we can banish Shift to summon himself back. So you can see how we get sort of this rotation. And now what we can do is we can Synchro again. We can make a level 10. We can make our Sword Soul if we needed. We can make a Ruddy Rose Dragon. We can make another level 8. We can make a White Aura Whale if we needed. We can also make a card I'm proxying. So what we'd do is we would Synchro these two away. Our Bestial Druiswurm would send the card to the graveyard. We summon our Axel Stardust Synchron. It would summon back our Paces. And with these two, we're going to Synchro into our Baron de Fleur. And this is way more than enough for game. Remember, this gains 500 attack for each banished monster. So there's 2, 3, 4 from our side. Let's say there's 2 from our opponents. That's 6 monsters. Quick math, I think that's 3k. And then, of course, we have the Baron pop, we have the Spell and Trap Negate, and we have Ascan as well to hit. So that was test hand number 1. I know it was a bit long, but Ghoti combos tend to sort of go up through multiple turns. And let's go to test hand number 2. Test hand number 2. Let's make sure we give this a shuffle. We did just use a lot of resources from the deck. But what I like about Ghotis is that they have incredible potential. And if you haven't seen that new Manadium Synchro that's been released, it's a level 6 Synchro that specials a level 2 tuner out of the graveyard. Perfect for Ghotis, meaning that when we can make a level 6 Synchro, we can actually climb all the way to a Baron de Fleur. So we make the level 6 Manadium, special level 2, make Axel Synchro, special level 2, make Baron. That is absolutely crazy, and I think they made that card basically on purpose because it allows you with the Manadium Synchro and your Axel Synchron, you can basically now go from a level 6 to a level 10. So when it's been shuffled up, we're going to cut it again. We're going to go first again. What are we going to get? An Abyss Shark, which is really nice. The Most Distant Deepest Depths, a Bestial Magnamute, a Crossout Designator, and a Supe Duskwalker. Now, hand may not look the best, but I guarantee you it is very good. What we're going to do is we're going to Supe, we're going to discard our field spell, we're going to summon it, we're going to summon Supe out the deck. I think you guys have seen this combo before already. But it is very useful nonetheless. And basically unbricks our hand as soon as I can find the little guy. Here he is. Oh, I usually just summon him in defense because 300 attack is never really going to come up. So I'd rather just be safe and play him in defense. Of course, we can get our Distant Deepest Depths back. When we summon a fish monster, we can banish it and basically add this card to our hand, which is very nice. But we're not going to be doing that. At least I don't think we are. We're going to Synchro. Remember, if they try to Ash it, we have the Crossout Designator for the Ash. We're going to summon our Orionpos again. Orionpos effect is going to be, we are going to banish, where is she? Here she is, Shift. I tend to do Shift because if I only have access to one, I'd prefer Shift because Shift can banish herself from the graveyard to continue the resource loop. So that is why I prefer doing that. So what we're going to do now is that's banished. We're going to now Abyss Shark because all we control our water monsters. We can special it. And now we can add our level 4, which I think actually we can add our, where is it? Silent Angler. And now we can do is Silent Angler summon itself. We can use these for a level rank 4 because Abyss Shark lets you use a rank 4, probably in the extra monster zone. And that is the turn. If you wanted to use your normal summon instead, what you do is instead of going back, we go back a bit. We don't add this. We wouldn't banish Shift off the Orionpos. Instead, this is our hand. What we do is we banish our Paces, activate Abyss Shark. Abyss Shark effect is going to search our lifeless Leafish. Normal Leafish effect. This is probably the better way to do it now in hindsight. Send Shift. Now what we're going to do is we're going to banish Shift, target Orionpos, overlay these two. We're going to make our Stealth Kraken. And this way we have a pop we have a Bestial Magnamut in our hand, we have a Crossout Designator which we can set, and during the standby phase, we're going to get 2 summons back, allowing us to go into our level 8 Synchro and our level 10 Synchro. So let's just try and simulate that. We got our Stealth Dragon. For standby phase, we summon these both back. We go main. Your opponent has first interaction, of course, in main, which kind of sucks. The Dark Ruler does kind of hurt here really badly. All we can do is, I mean, if you're really brave and you have Dark Ruler in the main going first, you can side one in and hope that if your opponent Dark Rulers you can hit them with the cross out. But yeah, that is test hand number 2, and I think it is very good still. I apologize for my camera. It has decided to peace out in life, but I think it should be stable. So for the third and final test hand, let's see. I think I've shown you guys more or less everything that the deck can do in 2 hands, believe it or not. There is a lot of lines, but it also relies on a lot of build-up from previous turns. It's a very, you got to think ahead with this deck. It's not, I wouldn't say it's an easy deck. I'd say it is an easy deck to play, but an extremely hard deck to master, because you really got to have resource management in your mind the entire time when playing this deck. And the beautiful thing is your opponent won't know what the hell you're doing either, so you have that advantage going for you. So shuffled up. Let's assume we're going to go second now to see how this deck can break boards. We've been cut. We're going to go second. We got a Shift, a Bestial Magnamut, a Supe, a Snopios, and another Snopios. So this hand's actually not bad at all, going second. So I believe Snopios can summon itself by banishing a copy of itself. Correct, yeah. So what we can do here is we can Bestial Magnamut them, of course, if they have a light or dark. What we can do as well is we can Snopios effect, banish our Shift, banish our Snopios, summon Snopios, target himself, or target one of their cards, and it's banished when it leaves the field. So we had 2 interruptions going second, which is brilliant. And of course, the Magnamut is going to get us a search on the end phase, which guarantees our Dustwalker discard being live. So we're going to go end phase. Let's assume the board stays like this and your opponent just builds a few negates. Magnamut effect, we're going to search our Druisworm here. Whatever it is. And this is why I really do like the Bestial package. Just 3 level 6s that are going to help, basically, going first and second. Going first because if you can discard a Bestial into your graveyard off your Supe Dustwalker, you can summon a Bestial and basically get a 3 level 6. And going second, of course, for the disruption. So that is, we're going to cut it because we're going to draw for turn now. So we draw for turn, Paces, which is really nice. Standby phase, Shift is going to come back. I don't know if they would negate this. We can assume that they do. We can assume that they do. So yeah, let's assume that they negate Shift because they don't know that we have access to another level 2 tuner. They don't want us synchro summoning. That is fair enough. All we can do in this situation is we're going to normal summon our Paces in main phase. Now what we're going to do is we're going to synchro summon, just straight up synchro. We're going to go into we can go into an Ascan here. And what we can do with Ascan is Ascan effect to banish itself in a card. I don't think they'll negate this. Or if they maybe they do. We can assume that they negate this. It doesn't really matter. Because what we have here is access to the Supe package or to the Bestial Druisworm package. So let's say they negate this as well. We're going to go Supe Dustwalker. We're going to pitch Druisworm. We're going to summon this. If they do have an Ash here, that is kind of really good. But that is 3 negates already. So I don't know if they'd have the Ash. Even if they have the Ash, we can attack with these 2 over something. We'll discard Druisworm. We'll go Supe. We'll go these 2. We're going to make, again, our Orionpos. Orionpos effect. I don't think we actually banish a little guy here since we have access to both already. So what we're going to do instead is we're actually going to banish our second Snopios from the deck. Whenever I find him. Make sure he's not in the graveyards. Oh, where is this second? Oh no, he's already on the field. So we only play 2 Snopios. So actually, if you played 3 Snopios here, it'd be huge. But since we don't, we're actually going to have to banish something else here, which isn't great. I'm not going to lie. I guess we can banish a Paces since there's no real way without the Snopios of banishing it again. So I guess we go Paces here. It's not the end of the world here. And this is a lot of pressure. This is 2-1, 2-1, 2-7. So that's a lot of damage. And we attack over things. Let's say we can't exactly kill them, which is fair enough because they had a few negates. We go standby phase on their turn. These 2 come back. And now we have access to a lot of things. So we're going to go... We can immediately go into the Synchro 10 by leaving that till the end to make sure they've used all their negates. What we're going to do is we're going to Synchro summon their main Orionpos. We are going to make another Ascan here. Ascan effect with Oriompos effect. Oriompos is going to banish itself. Ascan is going to be chain link 2 because we want to protect, we don't want to get ashed here. We're going to search for our... It's a shame that this card isn't a fish. If it was, we could maybe search it. No, we couldn't even search it anyway, so it doesn't matter. If it was a fish, it'd be nice, I guess, because it wouldn't be searchable, but it'd just be more in the archetype sort of thing. We go Abyss Shark, and then Ascan banish something. Ascan effect. Make sure we banish the... I don't think it matters here, to be honest with you. Not entirely sure it matters, because Ascan's going to come back. Let's banish another Paces here, just to keep it in rotation. Ascan comes back. Now we can go into a Synchro 6 if we need, another Synchro 8 if we needed, or we can go into the Synchro 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Shift effect and an Ascan. We are going to make our Ghoti of the Deep Beyond. Ghoti of the Deep Beyond, banish everything. And then Ascan, not Ascan, and then Snowpiercer effect, banish Shift from the grave to add it back to hand. Which means we have access to our level 2 tuners again. They've been board wiped, and they've had a monster banished. I don't think they'll be able to kill us from this position, and if they do exert pressure, we can summon Snowpiercer to defend from one attack. So it's not too bad. And then during the standby phase, we're going to draw, it doesn't really matter, I'll put it face down. We're going to have a lot of resources coming back, which is the beauty of this deck. We're going to have Ghoti of the Deep Beyond, Shift, and Paces coming back, which is amazing. And also, since we have Snowpiercer in our hand, we can very easily trigger our Ascan here. But first, we're going to need to Synchro summon first. Do we have a Bestial? Yeah, since we have some Bestials in the grave, we can Druiswurm here, summon it, banish Magnemute, I guess. We're going to go Synchro the Paces and the Druiswurm. I guess we can make our Negate here. Druiswurm can send something if we needed. Now we can summon Snowpiercer by banishing a Ascan and banishing a Paces to summon the Snowpiercer, and now Ascan effect is going to banish another Paces to summon itself back, which is very nice. We've got a lot of stuff banished at the moment, and this is our grave, so let me just move it over. Then we've got a Spell and Trap Negate 2 off the Adamantipede Arisen. This is more than enough for game as well, because this is gaining 500 per card banished, but just to make sure we can again Synchro into another level 8. We're not locked into anything here. We can go into the White Aura Whale to blow up their board. Shift effect, target Ghoti of the Deep Beyond, gains 500 and also gains 500 of effect, so it gains 1,000 there. Ghoti of the Deep Beyond's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at 3, 5 because of the 500 of Shift. We have the White Aura Whale at 2.8, the Adamantipede Dragite Risen at 3k, and the Ascan at 2.7. So I hope, and we also still, of course, have the Abyss Shark play that we can do if needed. So we'll probably need to summon the White Aura Whale here. Summon Abyss Shark, Shark effect, grab Angler, Angler effect, summon itself, and then overlay into a Stealth Kraken. And this is more than enough for game now because this pops and burns the opponent as well. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of video. I wanted to show you guys just the power behind Ghoti. I know that I say it a lot, that Ghoti is a very good deck. There's a million options. It didn't have to be these synchros. You could have synchro climbed into Baron there using the Axel Stardust. It's just infinite possibilities with this deck, and I hope I basically did a good job in showcasing you why this deck is very powerful. And if you do enjoy this type of videos, do let me know. I'm open to doing it with different types of decks, with Rescue Ace, with Salamangreats, with any other deck I can get my hands on. I'll be more than happy to do a sort of live duel in a way where I have to show you the test hands and sort of explain the reasoning behind the plays and why I think the deck has potential. But I'm Rogue to here. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure you do leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.
It's time! Let's go!